Top 94 Mark Twain quotes. Courage is not the lack of fear. It is acting in spite of it. Be respectful to your superiors, if you have any. Don't wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty and the pig likes it. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering, outspoken fellow, but the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. Give every day the chance to become the most beautiful day of your life. I did not attend his funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it. Part of the secret of success in life is to eat what you like and let the food fight it out inside. Human beings can be awful cruel to one another. When I am king, they shall not have bread and shelter only, but also teachings out of books. For a full belly is little worth where the mind is starved. I have spent most of my life worrying about things that have never happened. Life is short, break the rules. Out of all the things I have lost, I miss my mind the most. Politicians and diapers must be changed often, and for the same reason. I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one instead. Synergy, the bonus that is achieved when things work together harmoniously. Data is like garbage. You'd better know what you are going to do with it before you collect it. He who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask remains a fool forever. Of all God's creatures, there is only one that cannot be made slave of the leash. That one is the cat. If man could be crossed with the cat, it would improve the man, but it would deteriorate the cat. By land, they're not making it anymore. Never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. Behind every successful man, there is a woman, and behind every unsuccessful man, there are two. Good judgment is the result of experience, and experience the result of bad judgment. Figures don't lie, but liars figure. Never miss an opportunity to shut up. When I was younger, I could remember anything, whether it had happened or not. But my faculties are decaying now, and soon I shall be, so I cannot remember any but the things that never happened. It is sad to go to pieces like this, but we all have to do it. A good lawyer knows the law, a clever one takes the judge to lunch. If you want to change the future, you must change what you're doing in the present. The secret of making progress is to get started. Do the thing you fear most, and the death of fear is certain. A tax is a fine for doing well, a fine is a tax for doing wrong. I must have a prodigious amount of mind. It takes me as much as a week, sometimes, to make it up. We regret the things we don't do more than the things we do. Religion was invented when the first con man met the first fool. An open mind leaves a chance for someone to drop a worthwhile thought in it. Eat a live frog first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you the rest of the day. If I had more time, I would have written less. If you have nothing to say, say nothing. It's better to be an optimist who is sometimes wrong than a pessimist who is always right. Most men die at 27, we just bury them at 72. Do something every day that you don't want to do. This is the golden rule for acquiring the habit of doing your duty without pain. A person that started in to carry a cat home by the tail was getting knowledge that was always going to be useful to him, and weren't ever going to grow dim or doubtful. Go to bed early, get up early. This is wise. To stand still is to fall behind. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities, truth isn't. The reports of my death are greatly exaggerated. Good exercise for the heart. Reach out and help your neighbor. To someone with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. The world doesn't owe you anything. It was here first. Focus more on your desire than on your doubt, and the dream will take care of itself. One must travel to learn. When the end of the world comes, I want to be in Kentucky, because everything there happens 20 years after it happens anywhere else. I'm in favor of progress. It's change I don't like. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. Some of the worst things in my life never even happened. A half-truth is the most cowardly of lies. A habit cannot be tossed out the window, it must be coaxed down the stairs a step at a time. Great things can happen when you don't care who gets the credit. Denial ain't just a river in Egypt. Never let formal education get in the way of your learning. To succeed in life, you need two things: ignorance and confidence. Prediction is difficult, particularly when it involves the future. India is the cradle of the human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. Our most valuable and most instructive materials in the history of man are treasured up in India only. There is no security in life, only opportunity. You can't reason someone out of something that they weren't reasoned into in the first place. Knowledge becomes wisdom only after it has been put to good use. The inability to forget is far more devastating than the inability to remember. Don't wait, the time is never just right. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog. The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. You meet people who forget you. You forget people you meet. But sometimes you meet those people you can't forget. Those are your friends. There is no such thing as a new idea. We simply take a lot of old ideas and put them into a sort of mental kaleidoscope. Some people get an education without going to college. The rest get it after they get out. Writing is easy. All you have to do is cross out the wrong words. Warm summer sun, shine kindly here. Warm southern wind, blow softly here. Green sod above, lie light, lie light. Good night, dear heart, good night, good night. If you want love and abundance in your life, give it away. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. Many a small thing has been made large by the right kind of advertising. There are lies, damned lies, and statistics. I can teach anybody how to get what they want out of life. The problem is that I can't find anybody who can tell me what they want. When we remember we are all mad, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained. I was educated once, it took me years to get over it. Sometimes I wonder whether the world is being run by smart people who are putting us on, or by imbeciles who really mean it. We are all ignorant, just about different things. There are only two types of speakers in the world. 1, the nervous, and 2, liars. It's no wonder that truth is stranger than fiction. Fiction has to make sense. Supposing is good, but finding out is better. There is nothing training cannot do. Nothing is above its reach. It can turn bad morals to good, it can destroy bad principles and recreate good ones, it can lift men to angelship. Quitting smoking is easy, I've done it hundreds of times. I don't like to commit myself about heaven and hell, you see, I have friends in both places. The only way to keep your health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you don't like, and do what you'd rather not. There is no God, no universe, no human race, no earthly life, no heaven, no hell. It is all a dream, a grotesque and foolish dream. Nothing exists but you. And you are but a thought, a vagrant thought, a useless thought, a homeless thought, wandering forlorn among the empty eternities. Make your vacation your vocation. I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. There is nothing to be learned from the second kick of a mule. No man's life, liberty, or property are safe while the legislature is in session. The average woman would rather have beauty than brains, because the average man can see better than he can think. Whiskey is for drinking, water is for fighting over. How far we travel in life matters far less than those we meet along the way. I was seldom able to see an opportunity until it had ceased to be one.